There. Hope all is well. Couldn't help myself once again. Had to decipher what I call Trump speech. And so somebody brought to my attention a recent tweet done this morning by President Trump in regards to how great our economy is and how well things are going. And he called off a couple of highlights based upon last week's performance of the markets as well as the military action. And so it's interesting. It's always interesting because anybody in their right frame of mind who practice uncommon sense these days would know that something's not right, but no one's mentioning, or he hasn't mentioned, referring to our president, the whole repo activity. So thought I would take a minute to share my thoughts and decipher what I consider Trump talk or Trump speech or president speech. So I might be doing this more often just to shine light on updates as well as just give my 2 cents on it. But tweet given by the president. I'll actually put it up right here so you can see it. So basically, in a nutshell, the president gave a tweet in regards to how it says that S&P just reached all-time highs. This is a big win for jobs, 401ks, and frankly, everyone. So I'm going to stop right there. So I'm thinking about, here we have a billionaire president, a guy who's probably never had a real job in his life, talking about jobs, 401ks, instruments and vehicles and things of that nature that he never will ever use or need because, once again, he's in a different, operating in a different, on a different level these days. And so to pause for a second, to go back to this past weekend, I know you guys are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki. His most recent book is called Fake, and it was a good book talking about fake teachers, fake people who preach a false narrative. And so he always talks about him and Trump, how him and Trump are good friends, how they've done books before in the past. And so they are, on cordial terms, I assume, definitely preach different narratives. And so Robert Kiyosaki, just this past weekend, or the last week or so, has been given more what I would consider just live stream type public confessions of how fake everything is and how everybody should begin running. He's basically been very blunt in saying, do not invest in stocks. Get gold, get silver. Don't get a job. You don't want a job. The people who have jobs pay the most taxes. And so we have Robert Kiyosaki, a millionaire, probably a billionaire, potentially an asset worth, on one side, telling people don't get jobs, don't invest in stock markets. You're not going to get your 401k. And then we have President Trump, who's responsible for basically always giving a good narrative to the public, saying, as he mentioned, S&P just hit all-time highs. Jobs is good, 401ks is good, everyone is good. But really, I don't know. So just a difference in narratives between two billionaires, or two gentlemen who never had jobs or don't rely upon jobs as their primary means of income, nevertheless counting on financial products as their retirement aspects. But once again, I'm watching this tweet. I saw this tweet and I couldn't help but share my thoughts on it because, once again, with all this repo activity, this in works right now, every day the amount of funds needed continues to increase. And so if it's not QE, I'm not sure what it is. But once again, President Trump hasn't commented on it. And this week is going to be a pivotal week because we're going to have more than likely a Fed cut, probably announcement of some type of official response to this repo activity. They have to give it a better narrative other than just Q3 was ending, and so banks needed liquidity to pay taxes and whatever else they try to spin off. So they're going to need something different. So anticipate another politically correct statement about the importance of liquidity being provided, or yada, yada, yada. But jobs numbers is coming out this week. Once again, GDP, I'm hearing, is 1.7. Trump told us 3% was what we can expect. Nowhere near that. Half that, actually. So once again, I'm not sure what economy he's referring to and how everyone's benefiting. But once again, if you read through the language and if you interpret and you can talk or understand president's speech, is what my new term might be, you can understand that. Take the other narrative. Take the other side of this equation. Don't look at the surface for being something that's legitimate. Think the worst case scenario whenever we hear speeches or talks such as this about how everyone will benefit. Because once again, who are the primary people that need 401ks to do well? It happens to be the middle class, Main Street, the working class. And so he has to keep confidence in that sector because, once again, those are the people who are the cash cows for our economy. Those are the cash cows for employers these days. They're the ones that keep businesses running. They're the ones that keep profits when they are able to do so corporation-wise. Employees are the ones that keep the engines running. And so go back to Robert Kiyosaki. His recent talks. I encourage you guys to find out more about him. I'll actually put him in a link here. But he talks about the quadrant, the cash flow quadrant, the ESBI. And he was telling the young lady, you don't want to get a job. You don't even want to be self-employed, but you got to start somewhere. But you want to be an investor. You want to get to the point where, you understand a balance sheet, assets, liabilities, and you work on cash flow. And so that's just interesting how two buddies, two friends, two different narratives in times where we're approaching unprecedented times. We're in unprecedented times at this current moment because of all the things happening. And the longer that this repo action, not QE, continues, as well as the Fed rate cut that's coming and all the other issues, you got a government situation that's going to need to be dealt with. The debt ceiling, the whole scenario is in the works again. So once again, it's more of the same things, but yet no one's really talking about it to that magnitude. And so when I see President Trump tweeting about how everyone benefits, that's not true. Read the opposite. Everyone will be hurt by this, and primarily the main economy, the working class, those that have invested into this current paradigm will be the ones that will not be able to get out when it's time to do so. So other than that, as always, just wanted to share my quick sense here, and then also even take it even further. It looks like it says even killed long-sought ISIS murderer al-Baghdadi. And so we are stronger than ever before. The great upward potential. Enjoy. Right. Enjoy it. Because right now, this current time frame we're in, this current season we're in is probably as good as it's going to be for some time to come. Because once this expansion corrects, once there's a glitch or a hiccup in this system, in this narrative, there will be no recovering at a level that we are familiar with. Everything from this point on will be new. So ultimately, right now, the president was right about one thing. We are great upward potential. Enjoy. So right now, he's referring to right now, enjoy it. Because once again, once this narrative stops, these lies stop, the truth is revealed, it's going to be uncomfortable. So just wanted to share my thoughts on this. Definitely, I'll put the link to this tweet below and share this tweet. Decide to decode it. I would love to hear you also decode it. Give me your president's speech beneath this comment here in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this, definitely give it a thumbs up, share this information. And also I want to give a personal apology. I've been getting more emails now. More people want me to comment and share my viewpoints and opinions as well. It's easy to get back to everybody. So I apologize for those I haven't responded to. I'm definitely working on that. So I'm between setting interviews and trying to really crank up things on my end because there's more news than I can cover myself. So I'll get back to you. I apologize. And then also to help ease that and make it easier on my end, the Patreon aspect, as I mentioned before, looking to provide opportunities for those that want to be a blessing to the channel to do such. So beneath this video here, I've created a couple more tiers that I think will be an opportunity for those that are interested, who have a heart and passion to get involved in this narrative, to share their opinion at a higher level. I'm providing opportunities for you to do so. So I encourage you to take a look at the Patreon link beneath this video here. And if you feel that this information is important and informative and it does you justice, it adds value to you, don't be afraid to contribute. I mean, man, a lot of things are cranking up, but enough of me ranting. Thought I would share my 2 cents. Enjoy. As President Trump said, the only true thing he probably mentioned out of that is enjoy the current season we have. Other than that, leave a comment, thumbs up, share it. Enjoy your day.